My next guest is coming off a dominant performance this past Saturday at UFC Vegas 12, getting that submission victory over Cole Williams. It is the Vanilla Gorilla, Jason Witt, joining me here on the program. Jason, how's it going, man?
It's going fantastic, man. It's going great. How about yourself?
No complaints, but what a win that was, man. Congratulations. 24 career fights, first UFC victory. How does it feel, man? We'll start there because it's been a long road for you.
It feels fantastic, man. It really does. It's definitely interesting feeling. It's a familiar feeling because I knew it happened one day, and I knew it felt great.
And it was just cool because, like, you're a pretty, like, calm-mannered guy. You're not like a rah-rah guy. But to see the emotion after you won, like, what's going through your head when, the referee steps in, you got the submission win, the shot of you and Krause and everyone else. It just seemed like that's got to be up there next to your wedding maybe as one of the best moments, right?
Oh, a lot of people say that, winning a UFC fight is nothing compares to it. And that's absolutely true. Yeah. Wedding is definitely comparable to that. But going through my head, man, it was just a mixed emotions. Like, you can't even almost put it into words, like how happy you are. I knew I had the arm triangle and I was squeezing, and Krause always says, give it a 10 count at 80%. If they don't tap by then, you didn't have it to begin with. But I heard Krause and I heard Trey screaming, like, you got to just squeeze. You got it. His hand's there. Man, I squeezed for dear life. And as soon as I felt the ref pull me off, I felt him tap, I just jumped up and you can see the emotion in that. And that was one of the coolest pictures I've ever had taken. You can see the raw emotion, but also the blood on my face just makes it so much better.
Yeah.
My wife and I just bought a new house not too long ago. And I told her, I said, hey, this is a place that in the basement, I was like, when I get my first UFC win, I want to blow up this picture in like a big canvas style picture. And then I said, hey, check out the UFC website or check out the UFC Instagram and check out the picture. That's the picture I want to use. She's like, oh, crap. Can we not do that? I'm like, no, that's the
That's a deal breaker. Yeah.
Yeah. She's like,
no.
Can that go in the workout room? I'm like, no, it has to go in the living room.
There you go. Yeah, you gotta have these important things in a marriage. I agree with you. Mine was my arcade system that had to come with us getting married. So yours is a lot cooler though, by far. Let's go back a bit though, because your debut, and this is something we talked about leading in. Your debut was so rushed. You had to get the medicals done. Everything was moved around. How did this debut compare? Because you had some notice, you had a full camp. It's not like you came in and had a switch up of an opponent. It seemed like things were how they should have been. How did this fight week compare to the one before?
Yeah, man, completely different, completely opposites. Super relaxed, super chill. It was me, James Krause, and Trey Ogden. We flew out Tuesday morning, got to Vegas about 10:30, just kind of just relaxed, hung out. We were quarantined until 9 o'clock the next day, but we got there on Tuesday, and since last time everything was so rushed, I was like, oh, I'm gonna fight in 2 days. That's just the way it is. I'll make weight tonight, and then I'll fight tomorrow, pretty much. Obviously it wasn't that way. So I had like 3 or 4 days just kind of relax and hang out. We went to the mall, just did our thing, but it was super cool. It was a lot easier to get things done. Like the weight cut was a lot easier. I got to eat, I got to prepare, I got to just relax, get to sleep in a little bit. It was definitely a complete opposite of my debut.
And obviously your opponent missed weight, which is never a good sign. And I know, weight, missing weight can happen every now and then, but did the confidence level go up even more just knowing that, obviously he was having some trouble? Or what was your impression when he missed by, not just a little bit, but by a lot?
I have 5 pounds. Man,
yeah.
You know what? I don't care if my opponents miss weight. I really don't. Give me free money. I love free money. I make money and you miss weight and I still make money. It's fantastic. 5 pounds ain't going to do shit. I'm going to, obviously didn't have a thing. I picked him up, pulled him across the cage, walked him across the cage anyways. My confidence was up. Like it was one of those fights that I knew it was my night. I knew I was going to win the fight regardless. So I didn't care what his weight was. I didn't care what he came in at. But yeah, we heard just some things in the grapevine that he was having trouble with making weight. He didn't have a lot of water throughout the week, yada, yada, yada. So we knew when he missed weight that we knew he had a problem. So, me and Krause went back and he goes, hey, look, I'm changing the game plan up. We're going to shoot immediately, just to, hey, test the waters, test if his cardio is good. If he's having trouble making weight, he's probably hasn't been training like he should be. He probably doesn't have enough water. He probably doesn't have the things to keep up with me for 3 rounds, 5-minute rounds. So that's one of the reasons I shot right away, pulled a single, double, straight into the lift, and just kind of first round I just wanted to grind him out, and that's kind of what we did. So I don't mind the guy missing weight. You gave me $4,800 of free money, and my wife was pretty happy about it too. So.
And, you know, could that fight have gone any better? I mean, outside of like a quick finish, like a quick knockout, it was just a dominant performance from when the bell started to the second round when you got the finish. How do you sort of assess that performance? Because it was just a very one-sided fight, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was very one-sided. There's still a lot of things that I thought I could have done better. I think my striking could have been crisper. I think I could have set up the takedown just a little bit better. You know, I don't think he's that good. And being in the cage with him, I know he's not that good now. But I know a better guy would have kind of shut down some things that I should have done. And on the ground, there's a lot of things that I can take away from this. You know, there's a lot of times you can hear crowds say, "Hey, head on the inside." My head was on the outside. My hand should have been the inside. There's a little things that I could have done that would have made the performance a little more dominant, regardless of how I went. So
you get your hand raised. How do you celebrate after a big win like that?
Stuck in quarantine in a hotel. I'll tell you what. We set up a vacation, my wife and I and a couple of friends of ours. We're going to Florida for the week, so we leave Wednesday, come back next Wednesday. So yeah, just a week's vacation in Florida. Can't go wrong, can't beat it. But you know, you didn't really get to celebrate in Vegas or nothing, unfortunately.
That win could have definitely got you a performance of the night bonus. I know they had some other people they gave it to, but I know I'm sure you're happy with the win. But was part of you like, man, I was this close to getting it? Because I think that's one that definitely could have been in the running for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I was disappointed. You know, I thought I did a lot. If he would have got the second round, it'd been 10-8 both rounds. So I mean, there's not a lot of. But you did have some good knockouts. You had some good TKOs. The prelims were. There was a damn good prelim. Going back watching it, we had a lot of good fights, a lot of good finishes. Got 4 performance and night bonuses. But yeah, of course, I wish I had one. I thought with the spirit of Halloween and how bloody I made my guy and how dominant the performance was, I thought it would have been a little bit edged over. It was only submission too, so there was no submission. So I thought, hey, maybe that might have been a.
Want to switch it up a little bit, yeah?
Yeah, everybody's getting knocked out. Nobody got submitted. Come on now.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And just last thing, sort of on the card, how was it? You know, being on the same card as what might be Anderson Silva's last fight. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I got to meet at the PI Institute or the PI.
Yeah, it's the PI. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, PI.
It was funny because I walked by him and I tried to like fist bump him, and he kept walking up the stairs. And I was like, man, like I felt like, oh crap. He turned around and he's like, I'm so sorry. And then he fist bumped me, and then at the weigh-ins he waved at me and said hi, and I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. So it was pretty neat to meet him. I really wish I would have got to stay at the venue and watch the fight live. Unfortunately, you know, COVID bullshit, that didn't happen. But it was really cool to be able to meet him and see him and just kind of be on the same fight card as him is a huge deal in itself. You
mentioned going on a little vacation there. Any idea when we could see you back in the cage? I mean, you get some well-deserved time off here. Absolutely. I know it's been a crazy year for you and for everyone else, but looking more towards next year, I think, to come back in the cage. Is that sort of what you're aiming at?
Yeah, so I'm taking a week off. That's all I'm doing. I'll be back in the gym next Wednesday, and I'll be preparing right then. I'd like to see end of December be in January. I really would. I'd like a quick turnaround. Didn't take a lot of damage from this fight. Feel really confident. Just give me some time to put in a good camp. Obviously, I do a lot better with a good camp than a 48-hour notice. But end of December, beginning of January, somewhere around there would be fantastic.
Any opponents come to mind, or you leave that up to your team?
Man, I want to call out Mike Perry, but everybody's called out Mike Perry, so it's pointless to call out Mike Perry. But at this point, I'll take anybody. I don't care.
I don't know if you saw it. It sounds like Tim Means is going to fight Mike Perry, but nonetheless, always got to shoot your shot, right? So.
Well, I'll stay ready for Shorman's fight for that one too.
There you go. Like the attitude. Jason, really appreciate the time, man. Go enjoy that vacation. I think that's awesome that you booked that ahead of time to enjoy some well-deserved time off. In the meantime, if you got anyone you want to thank, any sponsors, any social media you want to plug, the floor is yours.
My man, Glory MMA and Finish. You got to thank all those people there, man. That's been the gym that's been around for a while now. And we're definitely making it come up. Everybody there. I can't think of anybody right now, but I appreciate everybody who's helped me along the journey.